Now what I wanted to share today is, maybe a lot of people don't know about this. If they already do, that's fine, and my heart won't be broken, but I've shown a lot of my friends that are working on old motorcycles this trick, and it is a good one. Now, what I have here, this is obviously a tray of the various grits. This is a little tool you can buy in Harbor Freight. It's actually, I want to show it, because it really works well in a drill press. It probably works in a drill too. But it's a little mandrel. The mandrel, these little pieces come off. They just come right off. As you use them up, I save them because as they wear out, you can use them for polishing. But a package like this, I think, is $3 or $4. They come in different grits. For my purposes, I'm using fine. Take the mandrel and just put this on. Now, I know several people, including Luciano, dealing with a lot of rust on exhaust systems and parts. This is one way to, well, like I said, I'll just demonstrate it instead of going on and on like a politician. But anyway, what I did so far with this, I took this part, this is the mid pipe off of my FZR, and it's in pretty rough shape. What I did is I put Gorilla Tape over the part that you're not going to see. Now, because that's going to be up against the engine or in a spot that I don't see, I don't want to polish it. I want to protect it from the rust. So at the end of this job, I'll put a fresh coat of black paint on it. I won't be able to get my hand in there at the end. But in the meantime, I have this piece, which, and I'm looking around here because I had some other wire brushes. Well, let me show this. I have this wire brush over here. Let me just focus this in. I know this isn't Steven Spielberg stuff, but I wanted to show it just in case. Something here, again, a Harbor Freight part. No matter how much rust is on it, just the one little spot here. We don't need to do the whole part because, of course, you can just keep doing this forever. But what that does, it gets rid of all the rust, but it leaves a rough surface. It almost looks like a sandblasted surface. So I would like to have this, that ultimately I'll polish it. Now, let me just get this focused in here, because that's where this little tool comes in. And this little tool, well, worth its weight in gold. It's always best to do one little spot at a time. And in my case, I like to do it in the middle of it, maybe an hour to do this whole part. In the middle of it, go have a cup of coffee or relax or whatever. But what will happen with this part, I know Turbo Steve had a rusty exhaust system he had sandblasted. This would be the alternative to sandblasting. Run the wheel at the highest possible speed. This has 8 speeds. The highest speed is the best. And if I can just show one little part of this, I think people will get the picture. Really not rocket science, polishing stuff. It's really just a labor of love. Maybe a labor without the love, I don't know. But the idea is you have to use something like this to get rid of all the pitting in the part until you have flat metal. Once you have flat metal, then you can go over to the buffing wheel. Just to make a point, normally I would be wearing this mask, but I found out that it's hard to talk through the mask if I'm doing these little demos. Alright, so you can see what I've done is I've got, and it doesn't matter about the scratches, I always have a glove on one or both hands just because the parts do get hot when you do this. So now the next step is, it's really not real difficult to do this. I just have to move one thing here, this little light. I have a little drop light that just makes it easier to see the part. In this case, I wanted to show this too. When you're polishing, no matter what, again, you can buy it in Harbor Freight, any grade of compound. You always want to wax the wheel first, no matter what compound you're using. And in our case, it won't really matter. All that does is wax the wheel. The purpose of that is very simple. It just lets the compound stay on there. You take some of the compound. I haven't found any that's magic. You can try all different ones. They make 6 different ones. They're a couple bucks a piece. You can be a big spender if you like polishing. But here's the beauty of this. This one little part. And all you really need is, like a grindstone, the buffer has a little shaft extension and a bigger bearing in here so that you don't wear it out. But now pretty much all the polishing I do over the winter, I'll take one part at a time off the bike, polish it up, put a coat of wax on it, and then maybe once every 6 months, run some compound over it, and you're done. Now you can hear the wheel start to slow down. That's the point at which I want to have it. That I'm just loading the wheel, but I'm not slowing it down. Now, of course, aluminum, especially machine shop grade aluminum or aircraft aluminum, polishes up very quickly. Steel, like this exhaust pipe steel, takes a little longer. Before I go any further with this, I want to see if I've got most of the pitting out. Just wipe that off. Always good to have a rag somewhere around. And without even going to the next level on this, you can see that's pretty much got a little bit of a shine to it there. So you can pretty much see, if I do the whole part now, it's going to take about an hour. No sense making this a 1 hour video, but no matter what part you have, for pretty much no money and just maybe an hour or so of work, you can have some nice polished parts on that old restored bike. Now I hope this has given you some reasonable information. Something you can, there's no bike that I've ever seen that couldn't use a little polishing.